Welcome back to Moments That Made Us, the video where I will uncover the most important moments that shaped Mexico to what it is today. Well, today we're diving into one of the most complex periods in Mexican history, that is, the War of Reform, a very bloody battle between liberals and conservatives that changed the nation forever. Well, it all started with the Constitution of 1857. This document introduced many new reforms, for example, freedom of press, civil registries, and land reforms. While many people in Mexico celebrated all of the progressive ideas included, not everyone was on board, especially the conservatives. And well, the conservatives at that time were led by Felix Zuloaga. And they believed that the Constitution was too radical and they wanted to reinstate a monarchy here. Even President Ignacio Comonfort struggled to reconcile the support with the Constitution because it had a lot of unpopularity. Well, next, things took a very dramatic turn where Comonfort decided to stage a self-coup. He resigned to the presidency and decided to hand down the power to Zuloaga, and he threw Benito Juarez in jail. Benito Juarez at that time was the president of the Supreme Court, and according to the Constitution, if the president resigns or dies or something extraordinary happens with him, then the next in line was the president of the Supreme Court, so it was Juarez's turn to be president. Before fleeing to Cuba, Comonfort decided to release Juarez from jail, and he went to Guanajuato and decided to declare it the capital of the liberal government. Well, here Juarez began adding some new reforms like the Ley Lerdo, which allowed for unused churches to be used as free space. Well, later on in 1858, the first major battle between liberals and conservatives took place in Celaya. The liberals were led by Parodi, but they were poorly prepared and they were outnumbered by the conservatives. So the conservatives, who were under Miguel Miramon, obviously had the upper hand in this battle, and well, the liberals faced defeat, unfortunately. Juarez's presidency was considered by many a survival game. He declared Guadalajara the new liberal capital, but the betrayal was everywhere. In March of 1858, General Landa, who was supposedly a liberal ally, revealed that he was aligned up with the conservatives. Well, in here, Juarez was almost assassinated, but he survived thanks to a lucky pocket watch that he kept in his shirt. Chased from Manzanillo to Panama and eventually to Veracruz, Juarez and his allies, many of whom had never seen the sea before, so this was shocking, found safety in Veracruz. Veracruz became the new liberal spot. In Zacatecas, Santiago Vidaurri led the liberals, but he was defeated by Miramon. However, everything took a drastic turn when General Zuazua decided to ambush, and he was finally able to defeat Miramon. And he did this with a surprise attack, executing and capturing a lot of the conservatives. By mid-1858, the tensions grew very high. Now, the conservatives were under Zuloaga, and they wanted to take control of Veracruz, which is where Benito Juarez was, but they couldn't. Well, on the liberal side, they were trying and debating on strategies of how to protect the city. General Santos de Gollado led the effort to reclaim territories like Guadalajara, but his campaign ended when the forces were ambushed by Miramon in Atenquique. By the date of October 1858, the liberals struggled a lot financially. So in Michoacán, the governor Epitacio Herrera was forced to give up church funds to finance the liberal side of the war, and he had to hand over 90 million pesos to General Miguel Blanco, who then with this money launched a successful campaign against the conservatives. The international involvement also played a significant role. An example was that, the United States ambassador at that time decided to offer Zuloaga $40 million to establish a trade route through Tehuantepec, but Zuluaga refused this request. Meanwhile, local guerrilla resistance in Tehuantepec were led by Porfirio Diaz, and this created more chaos. Guerrillas are like mini wars that only last for like 6 hours. Well, coming to an end, the War of Reform wasn't just a war, and it wasn't easy. It was a battle of ideas. Would Mexico be a liberal republic or return to conservative traditions? Well, the stakes were very high, and the fighting was brutal. By the end, in 1860, the liberals came out victorious, solidifying Mexico's path toward a more democratic society, the one we live in today. However, the conflict left really deep scars, and these scars paved the future issues, including the French intervention and the later rise of Porfirio Diaz. But that will have to be a topic for another video. And, well, that's the story of the War of Reform. Thank you for listening to Moments That Made Us, and we'll catch you next time.